Good morning, Collective Kids, and welcome to Sundays with Ziggy. I'm Margaret.
I'm Abby.
And this is Ziggy.
So this week we're continuing our series on kindness, and being kind to others really makes you feel great and it makes the other person feel good. And it's important that the things that we say and do are kind and that they show other people that they are important to us.
It's true. So last week we talked about the reason we should be kind in the first place, which was because God is kind to us. And I don't always find it easy.
No,
I said this last week.
Really hard.
I really don't find it easy sometimes. I mean, I love being kind to people and I love helping people and I love cheering people on, even if there's no reason. Like, it's like, woo, you woke up out of bed! Yeah, you did it!
Yeah.
But like, sometimes I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Have to be kind right now? And like, I find it's hard to be, the hardest type of kindness is like the people that are closest to me. So like my family and my really close friends. It's just, sometimes I find it so hard. And I think it's because I know that they'll forgive me. Whereas like an acquaintance or somebody I've met maybe once,
Right.
if I'm not the kindest to them, they'll be like, hi.
Right.
But like my mom, that's okay, sweetie, I still love you. I'm like, thanks, Mom.
I love you.
She will.
Oh, okay. Well, that reminds me of this week's story. We're talking about Ruth, and she shows us how to be kind to the people closest to us. Now, yeah, we have another coloring sheet this week. It says family ties at the top. So if you want to color with us during the video, there are a lot of different people in this story, so make sure you pay attention.
Oh, this is a bright color. There's this outrageous orange.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story. Inspired by the Book of Ruth.
In the land of Moab, there lived a young woman named Ruth. She married a man from Judah and must have dreamed of a large family and many children.
We'll name them Zeke and Hannah and...
But Ruth's happily ever after ended before it began. Her husband died and his brother too, and that left Ruth alone with her sister-in-law Orpah and her mother-in-law Naomi, whose husband died too.
I have nothing left.
Naomi had come to live in Moab during a famine in Judah, but she had gotten word that there was plentiful food in her homeland again, so she planned to take a road trip.
Ruth, Orpah, go back to your family homes. May the Lord show you kindness as you have shown me.
So Orpah kissed her mother-in-law and left, but Ruth wouldn't budge.
I'm going with you.
Look, your sister-in-law is going back to her people.
Don't urge me to leave you or to turn back from you. Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God.
Well, okay then.
Finally, after a long and dusty journey, the two women arrived in Naomi's hometown of Bethlehem. Everywhere along the road, barley rippled in the breeze, golden and ready to harvest.
Is that Naomi? She don't look so good.
Don't call me Naomi. The Lord has made my life bitter. I went away full, and the Lord has brought me back empty.
Don't listen to them. You just need dinner and a nap.
Finding food was their top priority.
Some of those barley fields belong to my husband's relative, Boaz.
The grain is being harvested right now. Let me go to the fields and pick up the leftovers.
Go, my daughter.
The law instructed the landowners to leave behind some of the harvest for people who needed food, so Ruth followed behind the harvesters, gathering every bit of barley that fell to the ground.
Barley. Let's see. You can barbecue it, boil it, broil it, sauté it.
Ruth worked hard in the heat of the day. In the afternoon, Boaz came out to survey the harvest.
The Lord be with you.
The Lord bless you!
Boaz spotted Ruth hard at work and asked his overseer,
Who is that young woman?
She came back from Moab with Naomi. She asked if she could pick up the extra grain and has barely rested all day.
Boaz was moved by Ruth's care for Naomi. He waded through the barley to speak with her.
Stay here and follow along where the men are harvesting. I'll make sure no one bothers you. And when you're thirsty, you get a drink from the water jars.
Why are you so kind to me, a foreigner?
I've been told what you've done for your mother-in-law, how you left your homeland to come here. May the Lord reward you.
Boaz offered Ruth bread and roasted grain to eat, and at the end of the day, she was able to bring a large amount of grain home to Naomi.
So much food!
Ruth continued to work in Boaz's fields until the end of the grain harvest, but even then, life would have been very difficult for two women living alone together. So Naomi laid out a plan for Ruth.
I will do whatever you say.
At the end of the harvest, the workers threshed the grain to separate the edible kernel from the straw. Then they held a big celebration. When the meal was over and the lights burned low, Boaz laid down near the pile of grain to sleep. Ruth arrived and approached Boaz just as Naomi had told her to do. She folded the blanket away from his feet and lay down nearby.
Who's there?
It's me, Ruth. Please give me your protection since you're responsible for our family.
Boaz was surprised, but what Ruth had said was true.
The Lord bless you. Don't be afraid. I'll do what you ask. Everyone knows you are wise and kind.
Even though Boaz agreed to help Ruth, there was a family member who was closer than Boaz. So in the morning, Boaz set out to meet that man and the town elders to settle the matter.
I will buy Naomi's land and also marry Ruth, if you will let me.
Well, I sure can't purchase Naomi's land and take care of my own land too.
So we're good?
Go right ahead.
Today, you are all my witnesses that I will buy Naomi's land and marry her daughter-in-law, Ruth.
As soon as it could be arranged, Boaz and Ruth were married. Naomi came to live with them, and a short time later, Ruth and Boaz had a new baby boy.
His name is Obed.
Aren't you the sweetest little thing?
So through the kindness of Boaz and Ruth, Naomi had a brand new home and a brand new family too. Everyone could see the difference in her face.
Praise be to the Lord. He's given you a new lease on life, Naomi.
Yeah, that Ruth is better to you than 7 sons.
Now, Ruth's story doesn't end there. Her son Obed had a son named Jesse, who had a son named David, King David. And hundreds of years later, a new baby boy was born in Bethlehem who was a descendant of King David, and his name was Jesus.
All right. It is amazing to see how God can use our kindness to accomplish his plan and what he wants. Ruth was kind to Naomi because she chose to stay with her, which I'm sure was a hard decision to make.
Yeah.
Boaz showed Ruth and Naomi kindness by giving them food and letting them work through the fields to get food for themselves. And eventually, Jesus was born into their family many, many years down the line. He was born into their family. And we can be like Boaz, Naomi, and Ruth. We just need to choose to be kind, and we just need to make that choice. Yeah. And that's why our bottom line this week is be kind to your family and friends.
Okay. Guys, we really miss you, and we love you a lot, and we hope to be together soon. But until then,
catch you on the flip side.